Have you ever really thought about what's in your food? I mean, beyond the calories and the vitamins you see on the label. Well, today, we're going to talk about something called nutrition dark matter, this hidden universe of molecules in our food that has a huge impact on our health, all the way down to our genes.
So just imagine for a second, you're making a really nice, colorful salad, maybe with some broccoli. You're thinking, great, I'm getting my vitamins, my fiber. But what if that's just scratching the surface? What if there's this entire hidden world of chemistry on your plate that we're only just starting to map out?
It sounds kind of wild, but it's true. For a lot of the whole foods we eat, that nutrition label, it only covers less than 1% of the molecules inside. That leaves over 99% completely unaccounted for. So what is all that other stuff? And, why should we care? Well, that brings us right to this idea of nutrition dark matter. It's what scientists are calling all of this hidden chemistry that's working behind the scenes to shape our health. Okay, so let's break that down. Basically, our food is just jam-packed with thousands of these tiny bioactive compounds that you will never ever see on a label. And they're not just filler, they're actually sending signals to our cells, influencing how they behave and how we age over time. The name dark matter is actually a nod to astronomy. Just like cosmic dark matter is this invisible force that shapes entire galaxies, nutrition dark matter is this unlisted, unseen force that shapes our cellular health. It's a pretty cool analogy, right? And the scale of this is just massive. I mean, get this, a standard nutrition label might list maybe 200 compounds, but a single clove of garlic, it has over 2,000. And the whole food-genome, so all the molecules in all our food, is estimated to have over 100,000 different compounds. The gap between what we see and what's really there is just enormous. Okay, so how does this hidden chemistry actually work on us? Well, it turns out food isn't just fuel. It's also information. And it's talking directly to our genes through this amazing system called the epigenome. Here's a way to think about it. Your DNA, that's like a huge library of cookbooks. It has every single recipe for building and running your body. But your epigenome, that's the librarian. The librarian doesn't change the recipes in the books, but it does decide which recipes get pulled off the shelf and used today. And one of the main ways the epigenome does this is with something called DNA methylation. You can picture it like a dimmer switch for your genes. It can turn their activity up or turn it down. And one of the biggest things that influences those dimmer switches, you guessed it, all those thousands of molecules in our food. And this isn't just theory, we see it in action with everyday foods. Compounds from things like green tea, turmeric, broccoli, and garlic can literally interact with these epigenetic switches. They can nudge genes involved in everything from inflammation to how our cells repair themselves. Now, it gets even more interesting. Your gut microbiome, all those trillions of microbes in your gut, they get involved too. They act like translators. They take compounds from plants, transform them into brand new molecules, and create even more signals for your body to use. It's really an amazing partnership. I know this can sound a little complex, but the good news is eating for your epigene doesn't have to be complicated at all. It's really about simple habits and patterns over time. So what can you actually do? Think of these less as rules and more as gentle invitations. Try to bring in a wider variety of plant foods. Eat different colors. Be generous with herbs and spices. And when you can, choose whole foods instead of highly processed ones. These small shifts are what really add up. It's also really important to remember that nutrition is a personal story. The way your body responds to all these food signals is completely unique to you. Because we all have our own unique genetic blueprint, we all read these signals just a little differently. Tiny variations in our DNA can influence how we handle the caffeine in our coffee or how we process certain nutrients. And this is where it can get really empowering. At Noorns, for instance, we help you explore how your unique DNA might respond to these food signals. We focus on key biological pathways involved in things like methylation, stress, and aging to give you a more personalized picture. And our approach is built on a few core ideas. First, privacy is everything. Your DNA is analyzed right on your own device. We're also very evidence-minded, meaning we're upfront about what the science can and cannot say. And finally, we look at entire systems and pathways, not just single good or bad genes. Of course, and this is really important, all of this is for educational purposes. It's about being curious and informed, but it is absolutely not a substitute for medical advice from your doctor.
So the big takeaway is this. Food is so much more than just fuel. It's a constant stream of information, of biochemical sentences that your body is reading day after day, year after year. The more we learn about this conversation, the more we can do to support our own health story. Thanks for tuning in.